Welcome to this channel. In this video we are going to create queries. Now an MS Access database, as I had mentioned earlier, is used to analyze values or data in a table. That is not possible unless we have a query. So basically what a query is you give it a set of commands, ask it to look for one or two parameters, and it will give you the feedback. So queries are the building part of the building blocks of an MS Access database, or any other database for that matter. The first step is to go to the Create tab. You will find two ways in which you can create the query. The first one is the query wizard. The second one is the query design. Let us start with the query design. So when you click on the query design, it will, at the objects pane, you will now see that a dialog box will be opened, which will require you to add either a table or another query. But since it's a new database, we only have tables. Double click, and now the table will be placed here. So, but also there is another way. Show table, select the table that you want, and then click add. And now once you have added the table, close. In this case, we shall have brought the table that needs to be queried into focus. Now at the bottom here, you will find that there are some slots that will be required. So if I need to query a few fields, I will bring those fields here. There are two ways in which we can do that. First of all, I can drag and drop the field here. This admission number is a field, so you will drop it here. So I can drop the field here. That is number one. That is one way. The second way is double clicking on the field at the top here. So when I double click, the admission number is added. That is number 2. The third one is by simply coming here and selecting the table that we want. Of course, there could be more than one table. So the table that we want will be here. So we shall, since it is only one table, we'll select that one table, and now we can come to the field and we select the admission number. So all the three ways can be used to select the field that we want. But I find the double click, the one which we use to double click, as the easiest. So I'll go ahead and double click name. I'll double click class. So you can see it is added to the next free slot, and finally biology. So once I do that, I can go ahead and run it. So what basically this does is it looks at the table. It looks at the table, imported details table, for information on the records of admission number, name, class, English, math, biology. So in this case, when I run it, it now gives me all the information that I had requested or I had queried here. Now, if I only wish to have a few of them being shown, because if I run it, it gives me everything. What if I just want English alone? So what I'll do, I'll come to design view and uncheck bio. I'll check math. Yeah, that's it. Then when I run, it can only show me English. So that is one way in which we can query data from a table. The other way is by changing the view. We have the view known as SQL. Of course, it is SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. This is a language that is used in databases that can either query data, it can manipulate data, it can add objects, it can delete objects, and do many other functions of an access database. So for our case, when we select the SQL view, every query will have the select statement, and the select statement is used in queries to retrieve data from one or more tables based on specified criteria. Now there is also another important statement, which is from. So this keyword is used to specify the table or tables from which you want to retrieve the data. This, if from one table, can just be from that table, as in the case from table imported student details. Otherwise, if you have one or more than one table, you will use another statement to join the tables, known as a join condition. So for our simple query here, we want to select admission number from the table imported student details, comma, that is, and name from imported student details, and class from imported student details, and finally English from imported student details table. So that is why we have from. Now the imported details table dot admission number is a field under imported student details table. This, as much as it is long, will give the exact pointer as to where you will find the admission number field. So it will not make any difference if, for example, I remove this table imported student details table. It will still give me the same answer. But look at a more complex query where you have more than one tables, then it will become a problem. Therefore, it is good practice to use this notation here, imported the table dot the field. So once we have that, if we run it, it will give us the data that we want. Of course, these other ones have been selected to the exclusion of their two other subjects, math and bio. So that is how a query can be used. So in the next video, we shall see how we can group this data or even arrange the data according to the values. Thank you.